Who are the best young players in the world? These are the footballers aged 21 and younger who you might be hearing a lot about. Maybe the next Maradona or even Pele. Growing up is never easy, but these 10 young players seem to have taken to the challenge like a duck to water. While most of us were up to no good during our early years as an adult, some youngsters have instead been impressing as footballers on the world stage, scoring goals, competing at an elite standard, and earning plenty of plaudits along the way. Despite them all being aged 21 and younger, their performances have been hugely impressive, and it's scary to think about how good they might be in the near future should they continue their soaring trajectory to superstardom. Admittedly, ranking them in a coherent order isn't easy, but we reckon these are the best young players in the world right now. So grab your popcorn and let's watch while we count down the 10 best young players to look out for this year. At number 10, we have Karim Adeyemi, a winger with lightning pace and an eye for goals. Karim Adeyemi has impressed since moving to Borussia Dortmund from Red Bull Salzburg in the summer. While he hasn't yet managed to hit the heights he did in Austria due to a couple of minor injuries halting his progress, the German has clearly shown why Dortmund was so keen to secure his signature, especially in the Champions League. A goal against Seville highlighted his composure in front of goal, while his bravery and direct style of play regularly sees him get past defenders and creates chances for his teammates. He also became the first post-war player from Austria's top flight to receive a call-up from Germany while playing at Red Bull Salzburg last season. And in years to come, Adeyemi could provide the solution to Die Mannschafts's recent striker shortage. At number 9, we have Gabriel Martinelli, who has always been touted as a youngster at Arsenal who could develop into a great since joining the club in 2019. But 2022 and 2023 has been his categoric breakthrough season. A dynamic and explosive wide forward known for his agile and effective movement, Martinelli is capable of dribbling past multiple opponents to create or score goals. He has certainly earned himself a starting spot in Arteta's 11, and his performance in both the Premier League and the Europa League makes it impossible to see how he could lose his place. Martinelli has benefited from fellow countryman Gabriel Jesus' arrival in the summer, while his link-up play with Bukayo Saka and Martin Odegaard has produced a fearsome Arsenal attack opposition defence are regularly unable to stop. At number 8, we have William Saliba, who has slotted straight into the centre of Arsenal's defence and is performing at an incredibly high level. His displays, almost faultless in the opening part of the 2022-2023 season. Last season's League One Young Player of the Year is aggressive in his defence, but maintains his composure on the ball in frenetic situations. Just watch his curled goal on the weaker foot against Bournemouth in August for evidence of this. Still just 21 years old, Saliba is consolidating his spot in France's senior squad and has represented everything positive about Arsenal's hugely impressive start to their Premier League campaign. At number 7, we have a look at the exciting Eduardo Camavinga. French fans began falling in love with Camavinga years ago, and it's clear to see why. The then Rennes baby-faced midfielder could do everything effortlessly and was named League One Player of the Month before even celebrating his 17th birthday. Thanks to superb performance against PSG as Rennes won 2-1, Camavinga combines a combative style with sublime skill and is equally good with or without the ball. His first full season was so good that Didier Deschamps called him up to France. When the starlet became Les Blues' youngest player, and scorer since 1914. With the departure of Casemiro and with Kroos and Modric aging as well, Camavinga is gradually earning more responsibility at Real Madrid. A Champions League and a La Liga double winner at just 19. Those wins provided Camavinga with even more confidence to hit the ground running in the 2022 and the 2023 season. A regular starting berth in Real Madrid's midfield is only a matter of time for this Frenchman. At number 6, we have Arsenal winger Bukayo Saka. Cesc Fabregas won Arsenal's Player of the Season award just before his 20th birthday. So did Saka, and the excitement level is still similar. The academy graduate is a darling of North London who managed to flourish even when the club lurched from one disaster to another at the beginning of the campaign. His versatility is also striking. Is he a winger, a playmaker, a right-side midfielder, a left-back, maybe a striker? Put him in any position and excellent output is almost always guaranteed. Although, cutting in from the right wing is certainly Saka's best position. His display for Arsenal this season is a huge factor in the Gunners' somewhat startling beginning to this campaign. Clever with his movement and with a brilliant creative mind, Saka is also capable of popping up with a goal in necessary moments. His presence also provides assurances to other players that they can pass him the ball in any situation and expect him to retain possession. And if he is missing from the team, the football isn't quite the same. Mikel Arteta trusts Saka implicitly too, and was hardly surprising when Gareth Southgate used him frequently at Euro 2020 and the 2022 FIFA World Cup. At number 5, we have the difficult to pronounce name Khvicha Kvaratskhelia. I hope I pronounce it right. He is a relatively unknown quantity prior to the switch to Napoli in the summer of 2022. 21 years old, Kvaratskhelia has announced himself on the world stage through blistering performances in the Serie A and, most notably, the Champions League against Liverpool, Ajax and Rangers. Kvaratskhelia is a rangy winger who has chipped in with both plenty of goals and assists this season, and is a large factor in Napoli's storming start to the campaign. He loves to attack his opponents directly, challenging to one-on-ones that he inevitably wins, or is fouled for after knocking it past the defender. While the Georgian has displayed his ability to use both feet, he does prefer cutting in from the left wing onto his right foot to strike at goal or feed Napoli's runners in on a goal. Despite his tendencies to focus on intensity, both in attack and defensively, Kvaratskhelia is also clever in play and knows when to change the tempo of the game. Now let's turn our attention to number 4, Gavi. Let's picture this scene. You just turned 17, just 24 days ago, and instead of hanging around with your mates in the height of summer, you're coming off of a Barcelona bench to play at Camp Nou in a 2-1 victory over Getafe in August 2021. Not only that, but fast forward to the end of the season and you're featuring in a further 33 La Liga games for Barca, yet you're still not old enough to legally buy a pint. Gavi's remarkable 2021-2022 season is truly extraordinary, and the diminutive Spaniard doesn't show any signs of slowing down. A regular in Xavi's starting 11, Gavi has repaid his manager's faith through some excellent performances. His intelligence and control in tight areas is especially impressive, while the passing range he possesses also enables Barcelona to attack quickly, directly, and through the lines. A recent winner of the Copa Trophy awarded to the best player in the world under the age of 21. Gavi has also broken into the Spanish national team, with his potential continuing to exponentially rise in the process. At number 3 we have Jamal Musiala. In June 2020, months after his 17th birthday, Musiala became Bayern Munich's youngest ever Bundesliga player and, soon after, the youngest goal scorer ever. Tall, graceful, and an effortless dribbler, the teenager has drawn comparison with a young Dele Alli and can play as either a number 9 or a number 10. The prodigious playmaker is seen as a long-term successor to Thomas Müller in Die Rotten's attack, and he's already off the mark with Germany for good measure. Musiala clearly has Julian's trust as well, starting Bayern's most important fixtures this season as he begins to imprint his quality on the side. After just 10 league games in 2022-2023 season, Musiala also managed to match his previous best 6 goals. He'll no doubt bag plenty more during the rest of the campaign. Our second position goes to Pedri from Barcelona. Barcelona's squad, rebuilt in the summer of 2022, focused around keeping one player at the center of thinking. Pedri, still only 19 years old. Pedri has led the Blaugrana midfield since joining from Las Palmas in 2019 and has now become one of the first names on Xavi's team sheet for each game. Understandably, earning comparisons with Andre Iniesta, Pedri could come to define an era at Barca's alongside fellow teenager Gavi, and it's clear to see why. The Canary Islander is blessed with remarkable vision, passing precision and technical skills, and he consistently keeps the ball ticking at Barca's attack. A hamstring injury kept him out of majority of last season, but Pele is now back to his best and highlighting why he is touted as one of the best young players in the world. Our number 1 spot has to be Jude Bellingham, who we think is the best youngster in the world at this moment. Jude Bellingham anchored Borussia Dortmund's midfield 90 times across his first 2 seasons in Germany, including 18 Champions League outings, and has since become an indispensable member of Borussia Dortmund's starting 11. Despite still only being 19 years old, the midfielder also captained Dortmund during October's Champions League clash with Seville. He became the youngest ever captain to score in the competition when he bagged in the 41st minute, with his leadership role in the team apparent through his performance that night. A player who is wise beyond his years, Bellingham plays with innate intelligence that allows him to play expertly timed passes, beat opponents physically, and cover every blade of grass on the pitch. Indeed, he's like an old-school box-to-box midfielder who is just as comfortable in attack as he is in defense, emphasizing why he is among the most highly touted players in the world right now. And that draws our top 10 to a conclusion. What do you think? Write in the comments below your thoughts on our top 10 youngest players ever right now. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. See you soon.